Another update on the building. What's up, YouTube? So we got another update on the building today, and today I'm just going to show you where I'm at. Obviously, I think last time I left off, all the walls weren't up. I think this wall over here wasn't done yet, and maybe this wall was only halfway done. Now we have sheets on all the walls. We're good. Walls are good. The only thing left now is to frame the roof, which is what we're doing here. So roof is framed. Now you're probably wondering, how did you do this by yourself? Well, I got an answer for you. Got a good answer for you right here. Big ass ladders. So yeah, you got to have a bunch of ladders to be able to do anything by yourself. Essentially, you got to have one ladder to prop things up and the other ladder to lift things up with your body and then be able to screw it up there. I did have my neighbor come over a few times to help me get the long boards and the heavier boards that are attaching the entire centerpiece of the roof so I could put the rafters in on the side. And that's essentially all the help that I've had is for that. So it's been a pretty interesting entire process. I did the other roof, but this roof is so much bigger, and essentially the roof is a lot higher, so it's a lot harder to do by yourself. But it's pretty much up there now. The only thing left now is a little bit of framing, so I still got this side up here to do, and then I got most of this side to do. Hard to see, the sun's kind of beaming at it. So I got this corner right here, and I got that corner right there, that entire side to do. I still got to put the hip rafter going down to this corner, and then I got this corner to do, and then pretty much the entire roof is done. Then I'll just be putting some sheets on, some plywood to essentially, put the shingles on there. But that's essentially where I'm at. In terms of cost, I want to say this is probably cost roughly $5,000 to $6,000 at this point, and then I want to say to finish the roof off completely, it's probably gonna be another $1,500 to $2,000 total. And then essentially the building is done, right? Because now I just have to work on doing the insulation, the electrical, the flooring. Because I'm not doing concrete flooring out here. I'm doing vinyl, luxury vinyl plank, or LVP, if you know it by that. Essentially, that's where I'm at. I still have a couple windows to buy because I wanted to work on the roof first before I worked on the windows, because essentially what was happening was every time it rained, everything flooded. And as you can see, there's a lot of electrical stuff in here, and I have a lot of tools and containers that have tools or building supplies in it. The reason they're in containers is because it kept getting wet. So every time it rained, I'd have to come out here, or hopefully I caught it before it rained, and I'd have to come out here and literally put everything in containers. And if I didn't catch it in time, then everything got wet. And obviously that's not good for stuff that's supposed to be electrical. So that's really the only reason why I decided to do the roof and spend money on the roof before I put the windows in. But other than that, everything is practically going on par with what I thought we were going to be at. I expect it to be done like late fall. In terms of where we're at right now, I think late fall was pushing it. I think we're going to be done like spring of next year, mainly because the cost of things. So I kind of did a cost analysis before I started working on this, and I determined that it was going to cost about $15,000 to $20,000 with some wiggle room depending on the flooring and the brick, because that can change in the matter of a blink of an eye. Because a certain flooring that you want could essentially, go out of order, and then you have to figure out a different flooring. The pricing might not be the same. And in terms of the brick can change for no reason at any time, as well as labor, depending on who you ask. And the person that I asked for brick, to do the brick, he's someone that I know, and essentially he's not saying he's old, but he's getting there. So, he may be retiring before I can get this done, because last time, whenever he did this building like 3 years or 4 years ago, He told me that he was getting really close to retiring, and who knows when that's going to be. I just hope that I catch him in time. Maybe he will retire from his job and still do like bricklaying on the side for people that he knows. I don't know what's going to happen. Hopefully I get lucky like that and he comes and does my brick towards the end of completion here, because the brick will be the last thing that I do. So the thing that I have to do after the roof is done is I have to buy a mini split, and the mini split is about $900 or so, and that's going to go like right here on this wall, in the center of this wall. The reason I want to get the mini split first is because the mini split, once I have that, I can literally go as slow as possible, because the mini split is going to keep everything in here cooled. Once I get the windows and the insulation up, which I kind of have like 3 months or so, maybe 2 months, because sometimes it's like really cold in November, where I can literally just leave this be with the roof and everything will be fine. Obviously there's no animals in here. What I plan on doing after I get the roof up was bringing in all the non-temperature controlled stuff, so no animals will be going out here for now, just to get the clutter out of there. And then I would be putting the insulation up, the mini split up, and essentially from there I can start moving animals in here, and the flooring and the drywall and everything can essentially be put in after the fact. Like I can move the animals out of the way, put some drywall up. Right now, so I was telling my wife this, right now if I were to put the animals or everything that I have in that building in here, it would literally be from like maybe right here all the way across and all this space. So that means I have all of this empty space over here as of right now, but the reason I'm doing this is to move things out of the way and get things less cluttered. So essentially we are going to be putting everything on one side when we're doing the flooring, and then once we get to about a halfway mark, we'll move everything back to the other side, finish up the flooring. Same thing with the drywall. The drywall will be first before the flooring. So the drywall, I'll just kind of go around the room, and once I get to the side where the animals are, I'll just move the animals to the other side, and I'll do the drywall there. And the roof drywall it's not really going to be a big problem, because the animals aren't going to be in the way for that, unless maybe the ladders and stuff like that, but not too much in the way essentially. So that's about everything we got going on. I know you guys I don't know, some people like this style of video where it's just blogging or vlogging, video logging, but that's essentially all I got. It's just been a bunch of trying to get the roof done, and by myself I usually get probably like 2 hours of work out here every day. And with 2 hours of work, I know it seems like a lot, but a lot of time is just cutting and measuring and double checking and making sure things fit before you screw it in. And then you screw it in and it doesn't fit right, so you got to unscrew it, try again, move it around a little bit. It might just be the placement. So a lot of that is just me double checking everything and ensuring that everything is correct and it's going to hold the roof. So I got to make sure that when it snows on this roof that it doesn't cave in on the animals, right? So I got to make sure everything's perfect and correct. So that's really where the problem lies. That's where all the time is going. It's just me double checking and positioning things to make sure nothing falls off. And then this side right here, where it connects to this roof, so you can see the roof is still pretty much there, and there's kind of insulation coming out. So here I actually have to cut it differently. It's not going to be cut like the rest of the rafters are, because they're going to be actually butted up to the other roof, and that's essentially what is going to happen. And then I'll have to connect those roofs together. It's just a lot of work right now. So like I said, it was supposed to be like late fall, when I was going to be mostly done with everything, but based off costs and me having to put some of my money into this, it's gonna be extended out to like spring. I'm not gonna be doing this in the summer. I 100% won't be doing this in the summer, but definitely spring is the latest where I expect this to be, going out to. But that's about everything I got for this video. I guess if you made it this far into the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything that I put out in the future. As always, peace.